this happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
You are working on yourself, and when you start putting the work and you start seeing big changes, you are going to outgrow the old version of yourself. You are going to outgrow the old habits that you've had because you've worked on them. You're going to outgrow the things you used to do every single weekend, your thought process. You're going to outgrow a lot of those things. And when I was having this conversation with my client, it's a scary situation. And for me, outgrowing who I was expected to be was a very scary thing, right? Because what people expected from Anthony Lopez was a guy coming with four locos, the guy bringing the Nas guy, you know, going to eat freaking 15 tacos and a burrito, you know, being the funny guy, being the guy that always drove, doing stuff like that. But as I started to work on myself, when I started to put in the work and I started to really become who Anthony Lopez really wanted to be, a lot of those people stopped contacting me. I was no longer fun. Or I was told that, bro, you were funner when you would go out every weekend with us. And I was like, oh, I was funner when I was miserable. I was funner when I was morbidly obese. I was funner when it was hard for me to wipe my ass. I was funner when I was constantly putting poison in my body every single weekend, doing the same thing I was doing since 2007. Yes, I started drinking before I was 21. Sorry, Mom. And what it is that when you start outgrowing yourself, you're going to realize the people who are really there with you and want to see you win. And you're going to realize that people are only around you because they like to see you fall. They like to see you fail. They like to see you do the things that miserable people do. Smoking weed every single day when you don't have a job. Drinking alcohol every single weekend while you're on a weight loss journey. Drinking alcohol every single weekend when you're struggling to pay your car payment. Because nowadays, the generation that we live in, it's normal. It's normal to be in debt. It's normal to be overweight. It's normal to make bad decisions every single week. It's normal to make goals and not accomplish them. It is normal, but that is what average people do. That is what 95% of the world does. And the reason why I love speaking on stuff like this, because I was average. I was average for 27 years of my life. I didn't do what I wanted to do. I did what I was expected to do. I did what I was used to doing. I did what I felt was fun at that time. And at that time, everything that was fun was just a glutton of everything. Indulging in everything, whether it be drinking, whether it be smoking, whether it be partying. Everything was, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it 100%. But yet I didn't take that time to give 100% to the things that were going to make me a better person. Because that's not the cool thing to do. The cool thing is not to hit up your friend and be like, yo, I listened to this podcast, Modify Your Life podcast, talked about a lot of things I do every single weekend. Why don't you listen? That's not the cool thing. The cool thing is to send a video of some chick twerking or some dude in some gray sweatpants. That's a cool thing to do. That's the cool thing to do. But I'm not here to be cool, and I'm not here to preach to be cool. I'm here to get you to understand that there is a whole nother life that we could live. And then when you upgrade yourself, you're going to upgrade your surrounding. When you upgrade your life, you're going to upgrade the things that you have around you and the things you're willing to take in. I personally do not have time for anyone to give me their drama and their cheese man because I do not care, because it does not better me. Don't tell me, did I find out that so-and-so was cheating on each other? You tell me what your goals are. Don't tell me the newest gossip about the hottest celebrity. That their money does not do anything for me. Tell me what kind of business we're gonna start. What are your goals this year? What do you want to accomplish this year? Because I guarantee if you go to your circle of friends right now, for those of you that I'm touching on this subject every partying every single weekend, I guarantee they're gonna look like you're absolutely crazy. If you're like, yo, let's meet up and let's game plan. Let's come up with like a 5-year strategy to become successful. Because if you take what you're doing right now and you times that by 5 years, will you be successful? Will you drive the car you want to drive? Will you have the wife you want to have? Will you have the husband you want to have? Will you have the house that you want to have? Will you have the body that you want to have? For 95% of you listening to this podcast, the answer is no. And why is that? It's because you're doing what you're expected. You're not doing what you want to do. Deep down inside, you're tired of going out. Deep down inside, you want to quit smoking cigarettes. Deep down inside, you want to drop some body fat. Deep down inside, you want to continue to work on this passion project, but you don't have time because you keep on putting everything else first. You'll sit there and you'll start reading. You'll start working on this passion project. You'll start working on a new hobby. You enjoy it. You like it. And then you get a phone call from Lisa or Steve, and you're doing something that's focusing on yourself, that's going to level you up, that's going to allow you to be better. But this person, Lisa or Steve, I don't know where I got these names from, but those are them. If they're your friends right now, get rid of them. I'm just kidding. They call you and they distract you from you becoming better. And what do? You don't do what you want to do. You do what you're expected to do. Those people that you're hanging out with right now do not have the same goals as you. Those people that you're hanging out right now are not trying to level themselves up. Now, you are not better than them because you choose to level them up. But I'll tell you right now, you do not have time for those people. Because those people that you know that are doing the same thing since high school will continue to keep doing that till one day they choose to fix themselves. Now, you could be that leader of that group. You could be the person that sets the bar and sets the standard and start doing things differently. Start saying no to going out every single weekend. Saying that you're going to the gym instead of going out to the club. And when I'm talking about this stuff, don't think that I don't go out sometimes. But we do everything, like I said, and we indulge in everything. In drinking and smoking and porn and social media and everything like that. How about you indulge in something that's going to make you better? Indulge into learning nutrition. Indulge into learning how to start a business. Indulge in how to save money. Indulge in how to start getting yourself out of debt. Why don't we indulge in the things that are going to make us better? Because it's not cool. But I'll tell you right now, the people that I thought were cool in high school, the people that everyone wanted to hook up with and be with and X, Y, and Z, they're doing the same damn things we were doing in 2009. I see it on social media all the time. And I know exactly who to hit up if I want to do the same thing. And what I've learned in my time, I don't have time for that every single weekend. That right there, just think about it. I'm a business owner. I have a lifestyle brand. I am preaching to become a better version of yourself. And every single time I choose to go out, and if it's every single weekend, I am taking 2 days out of a 7-day week and losing it. Because I go out Friday, I wake up hungover Saturday. I'm doing nothing Saturday. Don't go to the gym. Don't meal prep. Be super lazy. Don't track my food. Then Sunday, Sunday's my rest day. I'm chilling. Off of a day of being still a little hungover, especially if I drank too much. You just do it the whole weekend. That is 2 whole days you're giving other people to be better than you. That is 2 days every single week that you're losing, that you could be working on yourself, that you could be learning something, making better decisions. And when you start doing this stuff and you're in the same circle, you're going to realize that a lot of these people you hang out with don't fall in line with who you want to be. And that's completely fine with that. It is okay to level up. And the right people in your circle are still going to be there. I have friends since elementary school that are still in my circle, that still rock with me and actually care about me, Anthony Lopez. How many of your friends actually care about you? How many of your friends have hit you up and said, hey, wellness check? I have about 5 of them, which just randomly hit me up like, yo, I haven't talked to you in a while. Or I seen your post on social media, but what's going on, man? Are you good? How many of your friends do that? Are your friends the ones that are hitting you up every single week and doing the same thing? Having the same drunk talks, having the same conversations that go nowhere, have all this amazing ambition to do everything, but yet accomplish nothing because you live for the weekend. And as you continue to keep leveling up on yourself, you're going to realize all the time that you've wasted, right? But in order for you to understand and realize the time you wasted, you have to start working yourself. You have to put in the work first for you to start believing yourself. You have to put in the work first for you to start seeing change, and then you'll start noticing the change in yourself. And it's a kind of weird thing because for me, I always fight like this thing of like, I still love going out. I love going out with friends and partying, maybe get a bottle. Like I feel like a badass. Don't get me wrong. I love that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But what I do love more is waking up with a clear mind, not feeling bloated, not feeling fat, not feeling depressed, because alcohol makes me depressed. And there's a study that shows a lot of people get depressed from drinking alcohol. But we highlight it. It is celebrated. It is celebrated to do. It is a cool thing to do. We all want to fit in. We all want to be liked. We all want to be loved. We all want the likes and the follows and the friends. We all want that stuff. That is a normal human thing to do. But you getting the likes and the support and people wanting to kick it with you and be with you, all that, why do they want to be around you? Is it because they like to watch you crash and burn? Is it because are you the friend that they're looking at like, hey, man, well, I like to party, but I'll never be like AJ. That guy parties a lot. Is that why they like kicking with you? Are you really happy when you wake up every single weekend and you haven't accomplished anything? It is up to you to start making that change for you to become that next version of yourself that is going to start winning. And when you do that, you're going to realize that the certain things you're doing right now don't fall in line with where you want to be. They don't fall in line of where you want to go. They do not fall in line of your next best version of yourself. And when you start realizing that, and you start realizing who are friends or who are just, I don't know what to give the other people names of, right? When you start realizing who your friends are, the people that really want to see you win, that's when you start evolving, right? That's when you start winning because you started to focus on yourself. You started to lead by the front. If you're in a group of people right now that are not focusing on level up, does not mean that you don't need to level up. And that's going to take sacrificing. You're going to have to tell them no. You're going to have to put away going out every single weekend. You're going to have to stop going out on Thursday nights. You're going to have to stop making bad decisions. You're going to have to track your food, and you're going to have to investing into yourself and your health and your wealth. It's going to take sacrifices. But the reason that you're starting this is because it's something that you want to do. So why is it so easy to do something you don't want to do? Maybe you don't feel like going out that night, but you're expected, so you do it. So why is it so easy to do that, but it's so hard to stay home and work on yourself? Because it's not fun. Not everything is fun. Even though some things look really cool and fun on social media and stuff like that, it's not always fun. It's hard work. What does someone say? Behind the hard work is the next best version of yourself. And I share the story all the time about snowboarding. I love snowboarding. I absolutely love snowboarding. I was like, I won't go to New York. I just want to snowboard for a whole week. But I absolutely hate getting off the chairlift. But in order for me to do the thing that I love, I have to do the hard thing. That is getting off the chairlift every damn time. And for those people that snowboard, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That chairlift is I don't care how good you are. Even people say like it sucks. It's like it's like hit or miss. But once you start getting better, it starts becoming normal. It starts not becoming less scary, but it's still annoying to get off that chairlift because you never know how slippery it's going to be. But imagine if I let me not liking the chairlift stop me from snowboarding. Imagine if I let that little bit of hard, that little bit of toughness stop me from doing something I genuinely love to do. I'm invested into that. You have to do the hard things. You need to stop looking at things as being difficult and just look at it as a challenge that you need to overcome. Because when we continue to work on ourselves and level up, you'll realize that you truly were doing things that you didn't care about. I had a whole ass race car. I loved the race car. I worked on it daily. I did the wiring. I did everything to that car. And I have not driven it because at the end of the day, after my grandpa passed away and I started working myself, I realized that was just a crutch. That was just a tool. That was just something that I had so people didn't notice I was fat, depressed, and miserable. Now, did it work? No, they still knew I was fat. You ever seen a 500-600 pound guy get out of a Camaro? Hi, that was one to me. But I realized that when I started to level up that I didn't love the Camaro. I just wanted people to like me. I just wanted people to accept me. I didn't want to be fat AJ. I wanted to be the guy with the cool car AJ. Or the one with the YouTube channel AJ. And looking back and how much I've changed my whole entire life, or how much I've changed the last 5 years, I'm still the same person. I still love doing things. But the things I do now are just leveled up. I don't party every single weekend. I go snowboarding every single weekend. I don't, sleep in. I wake up and do mobility and listen to a sermon and get to work. Like I don't live for the weekends anymore. I don't look to see where we're going to go out or what club we're going to hit every single weekend. I'm not doing things that make me generally feel depressed and just lonely inside. My coping mechanism is not food anymore. It's the gym. The things that I would run to for comfort actually were making me uncomfortable. And when you start working on yourself, you realize like, damn, that was a crutch. Damn, I really don't like that. Damn, I really don't like this person. Damn, I really don't want to pick this person up on the weekend, every single weekend. I really don't want to be the driver every single week. Like you start realizing that stuff. And when you start realizing, you're like thinking, do I think I'm better than people? Do I think that I'm too good for these people? No, you should always want to level up. You should always want to become the next best version of yourself. You should always want to find something that generally makes you happy and double down on that. Not saying it's going to be easy. Not saying that it's going to be simple. What I'm saying though is going to be worth it because there's nothing better in life than doing something for you. and doing something that pours into you that makes you feel good. And I'm not talking about drinking every weekend and smoking and X, Y, and Z. I'm talking about actually does something that makes you a better person, a better human being, something that actually separates you from being like 95% of the world right now that is constantly stuck in like this whirlwind of the same shit every day, every night, every weekend, every month, every year. It's time for you to take yourself out of that bowl, like you're like a little fish, you're like Nemo. Time for you to jump into this other bowl. What does this have to offer? Because I guarantee that the other little bowl is the real happiness. The real things that make you happy, the fun things, actually getting to hold 2 days of the weekend, actually waking up and getting stuff accomplished and getting done and setting plans and cleaning your house. Doing things that generally make you feel good. Because I don't know anyone out there, but me, I don't feel good after I drink alcohol. And when I talk about this, I'm talking a lot about alcohol right now. I'm not saying I don't drink. I'm not saying that I don't do that sometimes. I give myself 7 times a year to do it. So I'm not gonna sit here and BS you and be all those people like I don't drink, I don't do this. Now I am a big believer is that my body's a Lamborghini. I'm a sports car. So I do have to be. I'm an athlete. I'm a sports car. I am someone that lives a healthy lifestyle. So I don't do it every single weekend, but I can't sit here and lie to you say I don't do it sometimes. But I'll tell you right now, those weekends that I choose to do it, I feel like crap. I don't feel good. I don't know anyone that feels good after drinking alcohol. I don't know anyone that feels good of a whole weekend of just binge eating, overeating, and indulging. That is how we feel every single week. That circle of back going around and around and doing the same things over and over again. And we wonder why we feel so upset and miserable and depressed with ourselves because we keep doing the same things that make us feel that way. Because I guarantee if you woke up tomorrow and you did 3 things that you're supposed to get done, whether it be throw out the trash, clean your car, and do your taxes or whatever it is, I guarantee that is going to bring so much happiness. But why didn't I do this sooner? Damn, it's a burden off my chest. It's a load off my shoulders. The world's off my back. It makes you feel good because you did the right things. Because you are now falling in line with the things that you should be doing, the person you want to become, and the habits you want to build in your life. But what we do every single week is that we don't fall in line with ourselves. We set good goals when we're drinking with our friends. We talk a good talk when we're hanging out with our friends on the weekend. We talk on Monday how we're going to be successful this week, but we don't follow through with action. Why? Because it's not cool. This is not high school anymore. This is not about being cool and being popular. This is about you becoming your best version. You're a badass. And half these people that we're sitting down trying to impress and we're trying to catch your attention, they don't have shit. They don't have a pot to piss in. They're in debt, most likely overweight, unhealthy relationship with life, with their own self, no accountability, no discipline. They live for the weekend. Like, those are not the people you want to impress. I don't know about you, but those are the people that I want to impress. If I'm trying to impress someone, I want to impress someone that's a millionaire. I want to be seen and known by them. I want to know what they're doing every single weekend. I want to copy their success blueprint. Not the people that are miserable, not the people that are depressed, not the people that are constantly doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You've already done that before. We've ridden that roller coaster. It crashes and it burns every single time. So it is up to us to start leveling up. It is up to us to set the bar in our friendship group. It is up to us to lead by the front. And guess what? If you when you start working yourself, and when people don't hop on and they don't think it's cool and they don't want to do that, that is totally fine. Now it's time for you to find another group of people that does want to work on themselves, that you do want to become better. Because what my grandma said, and it's 100% true, and I believe this. And I used to think it was the goofiest thing in the world, my grandma would say this to me. Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. And I used to be like, well, what do you mean? No, I'm not like him. I'm not like that. But no, I was. I 100% was. So now if I showed you my friends, I'm be proud. I'm proud to show you my friends. Business owners, healthy, happy, in a great relationship. So not they're just self, but just with life. great dudes, great girls to be around, great conversation, real conversations. Things that actually bring value to us. And I'm not saying we don't sit around and talk crap and have a good time. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying 99% of the time, it is conversation that's going to uplift us. We have meetings every single week about becoming better, what we're accomplishing, what our next 30-day goals are. Now, none of this stuff that I'm sharing, I'm going back and forth from new version to old version of myself, would have been possible if my old version of myself never started working on it. I wasn't always in this mindset. I didn't always have this, conversation about wanting to become better. I set myself in a box too. The person that's listening right now and constantly lives for the weekend, I was like you. The person that constantly goes and spends money that you don't have and in debt, I was like you. The person that is over 300, 400, 500, 600 pounds, I was like you. I had the same mindset and thought process that you did. And I'm here to tell you right now, stop doing things that you're expected to do and start doing things you want to do. You need to focus on impressing yourself. You need to look in the mirror and understand that, yes, you look like this now, but the next version is loading and you're working for it every single day. And if the people that are around you don't like that, they feel uncomfortable with it. The only reason why they feel uncomfortable with that is because at the end of the day, you came from the same spot they did. You came from the same city they did, the same high school, the same junior high they did, the same workplace that they did, and you leveled up and it made them feel uncomfortable because they watched someone become a better version of themselves while they stayed the same. And that is not the person that you want to impress. Those people will hold you and bring you down because misery loves company. Break the mold of doing the same thing every single weekend. Break the mold of being unhappy, fat, miserable, depressed, stressed, financially broke, mentally broke, and start doing the right things as of today. Small steps will equal big distances. You're not going to become perfect overnight. All this stuff is not going to make sense in the next 24 hours, in the next 10 minutes. You're going to forget about 90% of the stuff you heard on this podcast once you turn it off. Take that 10%. Figure out how you could implement that in your life. Take that 10% and start working on it for the next 30 days and see how good you feel about yourself. Take yourself seriously and understand that not everyone's going to understand. But at the end of the day, you're not doing it for anyone else. You're not doing this to be cool. This ain't high school. This ain't high school anymore. Stop trying to impress these people. What you need to do is you need to find the things that make you happy, that make you a better person, that make you a good human being, and start doing them. And I guarantee when you come back to this podcast in 30 days and you leave a comment, let me know how happy and excited you are about yourself and your future and what you're going to become. Now, no, you're not going to be done with your journey in 30 days. That's insane. But 30 days of you focusing on you becoming better could be life-changing because you chose to put in the work. What have you done the last 30 days? Is that making you better? If the answer is no, then let's try the next 30 days of doing things that are going to make you better. Things that are going to actually make you feel good. Giving yourself a full 7 days in a week to become better. Not living for the weekend. Not overspending. Not overeating. Or over shopping. Let's stop living a life in indulgence of things that make us just feel miserable, and let's start indulging into the things that make us feel good. It is okay for you to level up. It is okay for you to become different. It is okay for you to set the bar higher for yourself. Never let anyone make you feel awkward or weird because you want to become better. Because at the end of the day, that person that is making you feel awkward and weird set a bar for themselves so damn low because they know that's all they're worth. You are not that person. You're worth more than that. Now it's up to you to get out there and figure out what your worth is.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.